Hello everyone, and welcome to a very special Christmas episode of Retail Archaeology. Today we'll be taking a look at Metrocenter Mall. It's been a while since I've been here, so I figured it was time for an update video, as I heard things were much worse. And before we get too far into the video, I do want to mention the music for today's episode. You may have noticed a little text pop up down there in the corner. Well, that's the artist and track that you're currently listening to. And all of the music in this episode is from the album O Come All Ye Vapeful from Pacific Plaza Records and Strudelsoft. It features 18 tracks of holiday cheer from a ton of different vaporwave artists. You've got Dan Mason on there, Tupperwave, and Carta 95, which is one of my personal favorites. So definitely check it out. I'll put a link down in the description below to the album. Now this footage was filmed on Sunday, December 15th, between 1 and 2:30 in the afternoon. And the reason I wanted to come to Metrocenter Mall was I looked up on the internet to see if they were decorating for Christmas, and it turns out they were. And visiting a dead mall is eerie on its own, but visiting a dead mall that's decorated for Christmas during prime Christmas season is really something else. There's just something really strange about the juxtaposition of a really cheery holiday wreath and then right below it, just broken down escalators. Now here's their main Christmas centerpiece. You can see their tree there in the middle, and they've got a couple of light up penguins and some dead trees with lights on them, and a bunch of this fake snow stuff all over the ground. It's a decent enough Christmas display. Now normally in this part of a mall where they have this kind of display set up is where you would see Santa and take pictures with Santa. Well, this year they didn't have Santa Claus at Metrocenter Mall. It is a pretty decent sized tree though. It goes all the way up to the second balcony. And I like where they put it right below that skylight. Now instead of Santa, they just had like a chair set up in front of the tree, and they had these photography people here with this camera machine that looked like it was run off an iPad, and they would just take your picture for you and you can kind of pose. Now, of course, Mark came dressed for the occasion. I love that jacket he's wearing and tie. And here's the picture that Mark got. They actually text it to your phone. That's a great memento to have. Happy holidays from Metrocenter Mall. I did notice there's a couple of churches that have popped up. I'm pretty sure this is a church. There's no sign on top, but I can see that they have like pictures on the wall in a cross configuration. You can see way off in the distance there, they've got some Christmas lights hanging down from the ceiling. But wow, is this mall dead. There is really not any foot traffic here at all for a Christmas shopping season. This holiday wreath is hanging right in front of the recently closed Sears. This is probably the darkest wing of the mall. But it's just crazy to see Christmas decorations and them trying to make things really cheerful and happy and everything, but things are not cheerful for this mall at all. It's really kind of sad because this mall is a landmark. It's actually kind of famous. I've mentioned in previous videos on this mall that it was the filming location for Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. This is actually San Dimas Mall. There are a few people lingering around though. I do love the elevators at this mall also. Let's go ahead and head up to the second floor, and I think there used to be a fountain right in front of this elevator. It looks like that's been all taken out now though. At least the elevators work really well here. And there's a shot of the Sears again. 2019 has been a really exciting year for the Retail Archaeology channel. We're now just almost at 82,000 subscribers, which is just absolutely amazing to me, and I have to thank you all for subscribing and sticking around with the channel. I've had a ton of fun this year. I do have a lot of exciting videos planned for 2020 that I think you're all really going to enjoy. It's kind of crazy to say that 2020. It's, to me, that's the future. It's going to be the future in, you know, a couple of weeks. Who'd have thought Metrocenter Mall or San Dimas Mall, or however you want to look at it, would look like this in 2020. I've recently done a lot of filming out of state, so there'll be a lot of videos coming soon from Southern California as well as Las Vegas. And of course videos on retailers and the struggles that they're facing. Here's a shot inside the closed Sears, and if you want to see what this place looked like when it was having its liquidation, I do have a video covering that. Now this was a new store since the last time I was here. It was a slot car store, and they actually had a slot car track. They had a slot car drag racing, which is what we're looking at here, as well as a off-road track for off-road RC cars. You can see there to the right. Man, and those things really take off. I really do love the design of this mall. I love the skylights, and I actually really like the tile that they've put in during the last renovation. It would just be nice if there were any working escalators here. I'm pretty sure they're all broken now. There are definitely more empty storefronts here than the last time I was here. Even the anime store that was by the Sears store is now gone, which is sad because that place was kind of neat. I really do like the wreaths they hung up. They're very classic Christmas. Here's a look at the Christmas centerpiece area from above. Doesn't seem like that little photo op area is getting a lot of traffic. We only saw one other family using it, and then there was me and Mark. That was it. Now right there in front of us is a former Macy's, and before that it was a Goldwater's. That's been closed for a very long time. I was surprised to see a charity Christmas wish tree here. Fortunately, it looks like there's a lot of ornaments left remaining on them. It's kind of sad when you think about it. Now here's a shot inside the Macy's. This is actually the second level, and I was really happy to get this because normally it's very dark in here. And this is the food court. And we actually headed over here to grab something to eat, and we were shocked to find that everything was closed at 1:30 in the afternoon on a Sunday. It was just really shocking to see an empty food court. Now we did find out later on that a few of these places are actually open. I did some asking around. I guess there was some sort of water main issue that affected the whole food court, so they had to kind of shut everything down for a few days. So a few of these places are actually still in business, but it was just really interesting to see the food court completely empty. Like for example, the Pizza Via place that's across the way over there, that is actually open for business now. I believe the Charlie's steak sandwich place there, that Philly Steaks, I think that's actually just closed for renovations. That's kind of interesting. I love this empty spot here though, with the pictures of the fast food next to it. I wish I knew what that was, but I love that artwork. And the subway's been closed for a long time. It is a really interesting food court though, although years and years and years ago, there was an ice skating rink below this, and then an arcade after that. And I also do love that they embrace the mall's history by having some interesting mall facts on each of the tables. Like this one, for example, calls out the fact that this was a filming location for Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. I hope somebody's able to save a few of those tables if this mall does, or you know, when it closes. Things are not looking good here. This is kind of a seating area over in the food court. If you go down that way, there's bathrooms, but that guy's going to be disappointed to find out that the bathrooms are down too. They're broken as well because of the water issue. I found that out the hard way when I needed to take a leak. This is really not how a mall should look right before Christmas. The weekend before, I was actually over at Superstition Springs Mall, and that's a mall that's not doing well recently, but it was packed as hell on the Sunday that I was there. I was actually kind of surprised. but there's really not a lot of shopping options left at this place, so I can see why they're not attracting a lot of footfall. This sign cracked me up. I'm surprised it's still here, no strollers on the escalators. I'm gonna harp on it again. The escalators have been busted for years here. I have to wonder if they're ever gonna run again. It doesn't look like they're in any sort of hurry to fix them. Before this video wraps up, I did want to throw a big thank you out to Mark Vudrag as well. He's the guy that helps me out. He's the producer of the Retail Archaeology channel, and I wouldn't be able to get all of this filming done without him. You've seen him pop up a few places here and there in the video. Like I said, I really just want to say thank you to him, and you'll see more of him on the channel as well in 2020. I think we'll go ahead and wrap up the tour though with a look at a model train here. I can't think of anything more quintessentially Christmas than that. So I just want to say Merry Christmas to all of you, and I'll see you in 2020. Thanks for watching. Want to see your name here? Head on over to patreon.com/retailarchaeology to find out how you can help support the channel. Hey everyone, thanks for checking out this special look at a dead mall during Christmas time. If you enjoyed it, make sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons. And lastly, I just want to say one more time to everybody, Merry Christmas and have a Happy New Year. And as always, thanks for watching.